Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and salutations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth in truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To you I say Shalom, to the Akim and to the Akwath. That be brothers and sisters, Adawan Ratazah, that is to say, Lord willing, hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be edified. This is your brother Amawan Ibad from the GMS Miami camp, Heralds of Yahweh Shai 144, back again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, as commanded. And this lesson is going to be entitled, You Say You Don't Need a Man? We Gonna See. Once again, the title for this lesson is, You Say You Don't Need a Man? We Gonna See. Okay, this lesson was sparked by some videos I've seen recently, TikTok and YouTube. I seen one earlier this morning. All right, with this woman, this lady, young lady. She's been married, I believe, if I remember correctly, it says some 15 years or something like that. Don't quote me on that. It could be off. The amount of years they've been married, but the point is, her husband ended up leaving her, and the reason why is they had this discussion this morning where the wife was making some scrambled eggs for her and her daughter, and the husband asked her to make him breakfast also for him to eat something, and she told him she's not making him no breakfast. Just like that, she's not making him no breakfast. She say, McDonald's up the street. If you want something to eat, go up the street, get some McDonald's. Or if the food that we eating, whatever left over, if some still leave over, you could have that. But she told him you could go in the kitchen and make yourself something to eat. And then she proceeds to say she was making scrambled eggs and he wanted fried egg. So, hey man, this is what we have to deal with in society, man, as men. Okay. See, so it's not the fact that she's saying she don't want a man, but her attitude, her action shows why she without a man, why her husband left her. He ended up leaving her, okay? So her action is saying you don't need a man. Because if that man is a breadwinner and he's providing for his family, right? And you tell him, she said he knew that from the beginning of the relationship coming in. Okay, I believe the elder Karatazar from the Vegas camp, he did a lesson on it. I listened to a portion of his video earlier too. He did a lesson on the elder brother did a lesson on it. Okay, and yeah, she said when they first got together, she told him that she's not going to be doing these type of things or whatever. So I don't know if the husband agreed to that, but if he did agree to that, that's simp attitude, man. Because that's not becoming of a man to have your woman give you an ultimatum to tell you she's not going to cook and she's not going to do this and she's not going to do that. That's not manly. You should never supposed to agree to something like that. So I can't say if he did or if he did not, because we haven't heard his portion of the story that's going on for what she said, the things that she was saying. Okay, but clearly her actions, her attitude is speaking to the tune of she don't need a man, because if you're going to treat your husband like that, you're going to end up without a husband, and that's exactly what happened. You see? How are you going to be making breakfast in the kitchen for you, your daughter, and your husband there, and you're not going to make breakfast for your husband? And he asking you to make something for him. That's ridiculous, man. Okay? And then you have this other lady. I think I seen this one on TikTok, right? I think the brother elect, hopefully elect 32, also put it up on YouTube on his channel. This lady, she leave her marriage, all right, her husband and her children, and moved to another state to go live her best life. Basically, she's saying she doing her. She don't need a man, okay? She don't need a husband. She don't need her own children. She get up. I saw the video. She upped and leave. She say she doing her own thing basically. She about her own happiness. So this woman get up, leave her husband and her children, and went to a whole nother state just so she could be happy. So I guess she's saying she don't need a man. She don't even need her whole family. This is what we have to deal with in society, man. These women are very, very delusional, man. Okay? They're very delusional, man. Okay? So the time is going to come, though, when it's going to be proven that you need a man. All right? So much more that you're going to need a man, so much more that the scriptures tell you that 7 women shall take hold of one man. So right now, well, these women them right now, they riding the cock carousel, man. Okay? But the times that we're coming into, see, now you can pick and choose. There's going to be a time where that's going to happen, all right? But you ain't going to be able to pick and choose, because we're coming into some very dark times, man, all right? And that's something that happened in the scriptures also in the book of Judges. I believe the 19th chapter, okay? Where this lady played the harlot, okay? And in the end, that ended up being her judgment in the end, because she was picking and choosing, but it ended up so that she had those things happen to her, and she wasn't able to pick and choose. You can read the scripture in the book of Judges, man. I believe it's the 19th chapter. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me before I get some scriptures, let me go to Judges real quick. Let me go to Judges real quick. Let me see if it is the 19th chapter. Bear with me here. Said, let me see if this is it. Judges 19:26. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house. Yeah, that's it. 24. Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you, but unto this man do not so vile a thing. So this man had a man in his roof, under his roof, who was protecting, and he tried to offer these men his daughters. But it says, but the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her and abused her all the night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. It says, then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was, till it was light. And he heard, and her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said unto her, up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon an ass, and the man rose up and got him unto his place. And when he was come into the house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine, and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coasts of Israel. Right. So it was actually his concubine, which is the lesser wife. Right. But she played the harlot. So in the end, it ended up so that these men ravaged her, man. Okay. See, verse 2, it says, and his concubine played the whore against him, see, and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. So while she was away, she was playing the harlot. Okay, and then the judgment came on her, man. Okay, by men ravaging her to the point that she died. You see, that's what I meant by these women playing, riding the car carousel. But in the end, a lot of these women, man, in the days of judgment that's to come, it's not going to end well. That's why seven women is going to take hold of one man, as the scriptures say. All right, because it's going to be rebattled here, and they're going to be looking for protection. A man of the Lord. All right, particularly a man of the Lord. Okay, let's get that scene that I quoted it. Isaiah 4:1. This is Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, in which day? The times that we're coming into right now, where it's going to be famine, shortages of food, tribulation, all that stuff. Women going to be looking for protection and stability. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Right, you saying you don't need a man? We going to see. All right, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. See? To take away our reproach. To be called by a man's name. All right? That's you being intimate with him. That's how you get a man's last name. Okay? Being joined together. 7 women taking hold of one man. So you saying now in this time, all right, while you're in the green, you saying you don't need a man, right? But guess what? Because that's what a lot of women say. They don't need a man, right? They could do it all by themselves. But what gonna happen when you're in the dry? See? When you're in the dry, 7 women, and 7 just as a number. Just 7 is just a number of completion. It could be 20 women. Okay? It could be more than that. It could be less than that. All right? But a complete number of women can be with one man. That's how it's going to be. So you could go ahead and keep saying, but you don't need a man. We're going to see. What we're going to see what time going to bring. When the time, when shit hit the fans, we're going to see. Okay? So, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Let's grab that scripture real quick. Because the gathering, the vintage is going to fail, man. The things that you're used to, those things are going to fail, man. You see? You can see the programs being cut right now. Your Section 8, all right? Your Medicaid, all of these stuff already getting cut, all right? Things ain't going to be the same. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, right? The things that you're used to, okay? Your government goodies, they starting to cut that, snap, all of these things. It says, the gathering shall not come. See? The things you're used to, they're going to start failing you, man. It says, trouble ye. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right? It says, upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars. Yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. So, hey, women, if you're smart, you would get yourself a husband and stay with him and stick with him, especially in these times, because the scriptures tell you how the man is going to be as a hiding place from the winds, man. I'm going to get this last scripture, and I'm going to close it out there. This is Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So the man is truly the prize. The man is the prize. He's the leader. He's the head of the household. All right, you women fight against that. Okay, but the man is the true prize. Okay, now let's go back to Isaiah 32 and grab verse 2. Okay, Isaiah 32 and verse 2, it says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. That's how a man is going to be to a woman in these times, man, because you're going to need a hedge of protection. Okay, so if you're smart, you get married and stick with one man. All right, and when I say married, I'm not talking about under the state. All right, I'm talking to this. Get yourself a husband if you don't have one already. And if you have one already, stick with him. All right? So I'm going to end the lesson there, Lord, when you were edified, giving our honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, that were honest to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and salutations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. With that, until the next time, Shalom.